Welcome back to the BCT podcast, number 4 edition. Got my main man, SnagMaster, over
What's
here.
up?
Excited to have you back, not remote this time.
Yeah, back in the studio. Lots and lots of baits here, man. Lots of baits. I can see you've done some ordering. Looks good.
I mean, I like the fact that you keep buying them.
Yeah, number one customer. Need some people to join me in this. Support local, support small business.
Hey, yeah, here we go. I mean, I think you just put another order in this morning.
That's right. Yeah, the orders have been on time, high quality. Everything's good, man. You're doing a great job so far. Just keep it up.
Appreciate the positive feedback. We will share the negative feedback once the camera is off. All right, so
that's right.
Bourbon today, going a little bit different direction. We got Antique 107. Tell me your thoughts on it.
Well, first,
by the way, we cheated a little bit here. Going to the higher proof. Maybe a little cherry in there, a little maraschino cherries.
Oh yeah, like a little plug here. So I'm a big fan of old fashions, and throwing a cherry or two in a good bourbon, I think just makes it better. So I'm a huge Weller fan. So excited about this one. Weller Special Reserve is probably my go-to bourbon, but I haven't had a lot of antiques, so appreciate the pour tonight. Let's give it a shot, see what we think. Here goes nothing. Obviously, the cherry's going to add a little bit of that flavor, but we'll see what else we find.
Last time, by the way, I was disappointed last time, so let's try hard here.
So obviously the cherry, but I'm also picking up cinnamon, pretty good. It definitely has a bite. You can tell this is a strong bourbon.
It's a higher proof.
Yeah, this is the kind of bourbon where I tell people how I feel about them after I drink a few of these.
Well, we're going to hurry through this podcast because I don't know if I can take the feedback.
No, delicious. A little bit of a bite. I like it a little bit smoother than this, but strong cinnamon, good taste, especially with the cherries. Man, the cherries perfectly balances. So this is definitely one I'm going to add to the collection. So appreciate it.
And if you don't know about the maraschino cherries,
you're missing out.
You can get them on Amazon. Luxardo is a brand that I like.
Yeah.
But fantastic. And put a little extra cherry syrup in there is a good thing.
Heck yeah.
Don't crucify me, the bourbon folk out there. But
yeah, there's some bourbon snobs right now. They're like, oh God.
Yeah.
Get these guys off of here.
Don't hate on me too hard on that.
Yeah.
So so lots to talk about on this podcast. We're getting closer to the fishing season.
Can't wait.
Starting to stock up on tackle, at least for the store. Looking at some new techniques. Some of the new tournaments are kicking off. MLF has had an event. Toyo Series has an event.
Yep.
But I think one of the cool things to talk about this time is the East Tennessee Tackle Show, which we just went to.
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest tackle shows in the country, as I understand it. Something that a lot of folks from the central United States always look forward to every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I must say, so I guess it was a couple weeks ago when we went, and pulling in and seeing a gravel parking lot and like it looked like kind of like a peddler's mall. I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't what I had in my mind. I was almost thinking like an iCast or like a Bassmaster Classic type environment, and it definitely wasn't.
But the tackle was on point.
It was, yeah. I mean, when I think we both have talked offline about this, but like when I go to something like that, I'm not looking for Strike King rage crawls. I'm looking for what's different, what's unique, what's something I haven't seen before, and it definitely met that. It checked that box for sure.
Yeah, I would say it's not necessarily expansive. Like it wasn't like it was giant. Like
Yeah.
But what was in there was pretty special.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What's your favorite purchase?
Well, I for me, I really enjoy.
From the trip, what did you buy from the trip you think that was the best part?
I really enjoy that Joe's custom rod I got. So, for the listeners, I was at a Cabela's, had an attendant from the Cabela's, as I was buying a G Loomis GCX spinning rod, tell me, hey man, like I see what you're buying there. Maybe you should go check out Joe's custom rods at the East Tennessee Fishing Expo. And so that was like in my mind as I was going down there. Got to meet Joe, got to walk through his rods and everything, which were awesome. They're custom rods, really lightweight, look to be highly sensitive. Haven't used it yet, but he really stands by his product, lifetime warranty, $150 for a custom rod. Couldn't be happier with it. I can't wait to get out and use
all
it.
Kinds of color options.
Absolutely. I walked up and he's like, what color are you? Cats fan? You Tennessee fan? I was like, I'm a Cats fan. He's like, all right, I got a blue one over here. I'm like, great, man. And he's, got a great warranty piece. I see your Cardinal gear. Yeah.
You went to U of L.
Yeah, and I hated every second of it. So U of L, if you're listening to this, you're never going to get my alumni money. So stop asking. Yeah. So,
I mean,
all the different variations that I saw of like custom crankbaits, the spinner baits that we looked at, there was all kinds of spinner baits with heads I'd never seen. And then buzz baits. I got like a 4-blade buzz bait while I was there. And then I think my second favorite purchase beyond the rod is just some soft plastics that I hadn't seen before that are in different color combos.
I didn't see those.
Yeah, I mean, that may have been when we separated a couple times.
Jeez.
The sneaky.
I think we also picked up some, rare items, a couple rare items. You got a couple of Vixens.
Yeah. So a guy was selling those for $20. I know they're not being sold anymore, I guess. So you got to buy them on a secondary market.
I'm not a big spook guy, so you have to tell me later on.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk it like it's hot, baby. I can't wait. But I got a couple of those, and then obviously just random. Obviously, that whole event's kind of known for flat sides. That whole area, let's be honest, is kind of known for custom flat sides. So got some of those while I was down there as well. What about you? What was your favorite purchase? I mean, you have to have one because for the folks listening, let it go on record that Tyler can never, ever make fun of me for how much money I spend on
whatever.
baits.
I'll print out sales report right now. Bourbon City Tackle.
We were there for what, like 3 hours, maybe?
I spent a little money.
Yeah, like $1,000 an hour.
Dude, my wife watches this podcast.
Yeah, he saved a lot of money too, though.
But no, we went down there. We went down there with a friend of ours, nicknamed Upper Lip.
Yep, Top Lip. That's my favorite. Yeah. Shout out to Top Lip.
Top Lip rocks the dip in the top lip.
I've never seen somebody shove as much dip in the top lip as that man.
He looks like a Who from Whoville.
He does.
Yeah,
that's the look.
But had a lot of work to do, so we're riding down there having a good time. I'm focused on work. I'm pretty certain he hit the biggest pothole in Tennessee.
That pothole,
driving my truck.
Yeah, that pothole changed the course of my life. I just want you to know.
I think he hit it and he was like, oh, like all of this.
Well, of course, I know you. And for the folks listening, like Tyler's the type of guy, if you're on his boat and like you have a weight that smacks the motor or smacks the fiberglass, he is the turnaround and go, come on, man. that guy. Yeah. I think our boy Nathan can attest to this.
I felt, I straight up put a 1 ounce on it. No, it was a 2 ounce. Last time at Gunnersville, I put one right on the gunnel.
Yeah.
And I just didn't say anything.
Of his boat?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just like kapow. Like, it was 2 ounce weight we were punching.
Oh, my God.
He goes, he got quiet. And I go, my bad, dude. He didn't say anything. I go, and then being me, I said, I'm real glad we brought your boat.
Yeah. Yep.
That was down at Gunnersville.
Yeah, those tables are turned. Somebody's going in the water probably.
But East Tennessee, if you're listening and you're a tackle junkie like us, it's worth the drive. Do you agree?
I definitely agree. It's worth the drive. I know we had planned to stay down there for the weekend and check it out as a.
We got lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a ghost town. Apparently.
Yeah.
So also, pro tip, if you go down to the tackle show, try to go when Tennessee's playing anything.
Absolutely. Yeah, that helps us out
I guess they had a basketball game. They were playing Vanderbilt.
Yep.
Ghost town in there. And everybody we talked to said that morning it was just insanely packed. So we were able to get through the whole thing in a few hours. Had we went during peak times, we probably wouldn't have saw everything we saw.
Yeah, I do think it was funny. So like whenever I'm in a situation like that, I'm thinking like I want to see everything before I start making purchases. And I don't think we made it 15 feet inside the door before you bought something. You stopped and you were like, "Ooh, piece of candy."
Third booth.
Yeah.
I mean, I was there. I was there rolling deep.
You were in the zone.
I had that old man farmer money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, if you know an old man farmer's got.
I mean, it looked like you just got your tax return back.
The dude could drive. I'm talking about the guy that drives up to the Circle K in his overalls, and when he pays, he pulls out a wad. I mean, that's what I had. I had a wad.
Yep.
And I spent it all. Every bit of it.
I mean, why not?
Had a great time. But so we're stocking up on tackle. Just curious, now fishing season's kind of starting. Like we talked a lot about, in the past, like fishing season getting ready to start. In reality, it's here.
Yeah.
And MLF has had an event. Dustin Cannell won that one.
Yeah.
There's a Toyota series going on at Gunnersville. I don't know if you've seen the bags there.
Yeah.
Talk about that for a second.
Yeah, so I have watched that a little bit. Obviously, I'm going to Guntersville next week, so
I'm so jealous.
I'm invested in this. So we're headed down on Wednesday, and I could not be happier because, and I got this kind of the stat right here on my phone, which I thought was crazy. But day 2, there were over 46 bags.
A Toyota Series tournament at Guntersville. Happens every year about this time, February.
Yep.
How many is it?
Day 2, 46 bags over 19 pounds, and 70. This is obviously including co-anglers, pros and co-anglers. 70 bags over 18 pounds, with the leading folks having 28 plus, and the co-angler had 25 plus. So
I'm starting to feel unwell.
The big G's showing up.
I might be sick.
Yeah, I think it should be.
I think I should be.
Break your arm and put it in a cast.
Yeah, yeah. Not. I think I got the COVID.
There you go.
I gotta take some time off, isolate on my bass boat.
Yeah, but I'm excited because it's setting up well, and it's setting up to be a really good trip. I mean, obviously it was a smash fest for the Toyota Series, but what gets me more excited is the way the folks are catching them. With chatterbaits, with rattle traps, with A-rigs, with swim baits, which is all stuff that obviously you and I have done.
Swim baits, right?
Yeah, yeah.
By the way, I got a nice selection over there.
Yeah, True Bass, BourbonCityTackle.com.
Yeah. Might have to make sure you get a look at some of those.
I already ordered those, man. Come on.
Is that what you ordered?
Yeah, that was the first order.
Folks, no kidding. I'm trying to get the cameras going. Hold on a second. We can't start yet. Yeah. I'm placing another order. Like, I think, like, as far as the tackle company, I'm just gonna be successful by having podcasts. Every time I bring the guy over,
SnagMaster's got you, homie.
SnagMaster.
Now, Sarah, if you're watching, all this stuff was a great deal. All right,
great deal. It was on sale.
Yeah,
I use my Kohl's cash.
Yeah,
Kohl's cash. So headed down to Guntersville. When you headed down?
I head down Tuesday night. I'm gonna fish all day Wednesday. Then we go out with Lonnie Cochran, who's a well-known guide in that area, on Thursday. So weather's setting up to be perfect, like high 60s. Partly cloudy for most of the trip. There is a small chance of rain Thursday, but I think it's going to be awesome.
So what's your goals for the trip? I always like to have a goal.
I would love to break 20 pounds at least, twice. I think that's a pretty reasonable goal. A lot of what I read from the MLF event was like guys were catching, a dozen, 15 keepers and catching some good ones. I also want to set my PB, man. My PB is 5.5 pounds. That is not a giant, compared to what some others around us have caught.
Fair.
Like, I know Nathan.
Never met him.
Sorry, Nathan. Nathan caught an 8.2 down there. I know your PB is what, a little over 6 or 7.
I think it's like 9, 10.
Nah, okay, yeah, probably a carp. But yeah, my goal is like if I catch a 6-pounder and I catch over 20 pounds a couple days, I'm a happy man. But man, that lake is just awesome. There's something about it, something about being down there. So
super, super jealous.
Yeah, and I know we talk about Guntersville a lot. Obviously, the listeners can tell we love it down there. Like I wouldn't even care to retire down there, have a house, all that stuff. So
headed down on which day?
On Tuesday night, like probably 2 a.m. and then fishing all day Wednesday.
It's coming Tuesday.
Yeah, just like we used to do old school.
Like 3 or 4 days from now.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Yeah. Sorry, man. I definitely invited you. You can always tag along. I got room in the back seat.
I will be in Texas.
Yep.
For a work trip.
I will say, Zach and I, no offense, Zach, I love you, buddy, but we're a couple big guys, so 3 to that boat would be a little rough. I mean, we'd be rolling deep.
That was one of the first things I asked you when you invited me. I was like, "Who else is going?" You said me and Zach. I said, I think I'm out."
Yeah.
Like already, like
discriminating against big guys. I understand it.
I mean, you're less big though. I mean, you're on the right track.
That's true.
You're
Putting in the work.
Lean and mean muscle machine soon. But considering that, I mean, if all 3 of us took a picture up on the back deck, I mean.
That bill just hitting pretty hard at that point. That's right.
Got to make sure it's running.
Yeah, that's right. I
mean, all 3 of us ate a couple of sausage biscuits in our lifetime.
And honestly, like another goal is just to get Zach a great Guntersville experience. I really hope it's a good time for him because he's never been. This is his first time. So, and Zach fishes more than you and I. So, for him to not have gone down to the Big G is kind of crazy.
Just don't be taking them to see my holes now.
I mean, I can't promise nothing. There's an area code rule, right? Like if you're not in the same area code as me, those are my holes.
I'll tell you what, you apply the same area code rules you do to your marriage on our fishing relationship. Won't be a good shape. Yeah. So Sarah, if you're listening, you heard it here first. There's the area code rule you might want to dig into.
I will be highly faithful in those spots. But yeah, I'm excited. I think the current's going to play. I think obviously the grass lines, like we've done several times. Obviously bridges are always in play, but just the old school, what I would call the mainstays of Guntersville are working for this huge tournament right now. So ideally we get down there. I think Tuesday, Wednesday is like the height of a warming, and then a small cold front comes in, which has me a little bit worried, but it should be no big deal.
Dude, you need to get a GoPro in the boat, take it with you.
Yeah, just take a little video.
Yeah.
I'd be worried that I'd like fall in or something and then it'd be out there. You know what I mean?
I mean,
it's a real worry.
It's happened. It's happened a couple times.
A couple times, yeah.
Yeah, especially when you hit that trolling motor on some stumps.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm going to pull a Tyler, and while you're working next week, I'm going to send you pictures of all the fish we're catching, because that's what you and Nathan do to me every time y'all go anywhere. And I'm just sitting at work like, oh, I'm all alone.
In the arms. You're feeling so sorry for yourself.
Yep. But no, I think, back to stocking up on tackle. I'm excited. Obviously, I bought a couple A-rigs from you and some swim baits and some screw lock, swim bait heads. I think that piece, and then chatterbaits is going to play real good, as well as, like I said, shad wraps, which is something I don't throw a lot of here. I throw a lot there. I think it will. And then I know I'm saying shad wrap. I totally meant rattle trap. I can't even think tonight. It's Friday, folks. It's been a long week. I got a little bourbon in me.
It's Big Fish Friday.
Yeah, I totally meant rattle trap, but maybe I will throw a shad wrap. Who knows? Get a few bourbons in me and I'll throw whatever the hell you want me to. Let's do it. But yeah, I think the rattle trap will work. And that's one thing I don't throw a lot of here. I need to probably throw that more, but I think, yo-yo in it and then just kind of changing up your retrieve.
I feel like you throw a trap around here and it's hung.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, or you're picking up leaves like 3/4 of the year, if you're kind of trying to yo-yo it and things like that. So, yeah.
But tournament season's coming up. We're about a month away from getting that started. We talked a little bit about Lake Cumberland.
Yeah,
you guys are looking at some new series. I think you and your partner are going to fish some different things this year.
Yeah, we might go to South Louisville, especially since you're covering it with the Tackle Rewards program, which I know we'll talk about a little bit. But like South Louisville is a great group of guys.
Tell us about South Louisville.
Great group of guys. The club's been around for years. Very well run club.
South Louisville Bass Busters.
That's right.
It's a club series. Everybody knows each other. If you're looking to start out tournament fishing, I don't know of a better one to start with.
Yeah.
Ken Tishner runs it. Charlie Stankiewicz runs it. You can find them. You can look them up from our website. I'm sure you can find them on Facebook. But great club where I got started in tournament fishing. I think where you started.
Yeah, you obviously introduced me to those guys, and it was a great club to start in.
It is a great club.
Yeah, well, for me, it was a great club to start out with because it's a great group of guys. There's no drama. It's a good schedule this year. I'm really excited about the schedule, and then just a well-run event.
Yeah, and looking back on that, like having some affinity for those guys, like there's some really great guys that still fish that I used to fish with. And when we rolled out the Bourbon State Tackle Rewards program, I wanted to do something for specifically, that club. Even though they're smaller, weekend warrior type folks. Like I said, like we want to support those too. So you signed. Apparently you're fishing it this year.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to it. Obviously, I ran a small club last year. Wildcat tournament fishing, and we
what was it called?
WTF, baby. That's right. So we had a good time with that. But a lot of the guys we fished with, great guys, like Big Sexy and Greg and everybody. Rightly so. It's the last year for a lot of their bonus money. So fishing the Renegades, fishing the bigger series, which I totally get, and I hope they win. I mean, that'd be awesome to get that bonus money. So. Going back to the South Louisville with Zach, my partner that I fish bluegrass with, and looking forward to it. It's just a great group of guys. They got a hell of a schedule on the calendar this year.
Is pretty attractive. So, and if you're a Bourbon State Tackle Rewards Program subscriber, you pay $200 for the year.
Yep.
It follows you through a lot of tournaments. If you fish a Renegade,
Yeah.
if you fish a lot of the USA Bassins, if you fish a Bluegrass, if you fish a North Bullet, you fish a little building trades, like you subscribe to the program, we get you a sticker, we get you a T-shirt.
Yep.
And if you win a South Louisville, we send you a check.
The stickers are nice too, man. You did a good job with this design. I really like that.
You better put that on your boat when you get home.
It'll be on my boat and on my truck. I'm your number one customer, baby. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna get a big one for you for your truck.
There you go.
Yeah,
you can wrap my boat if you'll pay for it. I don't even care.
I don't think about that. So you're fishing South Louisville Tournament Rewards Program.
Yeah.
Excited about the Tournament Rewards Program overall.
I am too, man. I think, it's funny because you have the tackle store. Obviously, we're doing our podcast thing, but I really think the Tournament Rewards Program could be its own thing by itself because I just haven't seen it done before. So why don't you talk to the listeners about like kind of what that is?
I mean, the concept is, and we've teased it out in a couple earlier podcasts, but I'm going to be more specific now because we've sort of finalized the details. But
yeah,
I mean, the idea is, there's a lot of people who go out there and they fish on the weekends and they work during the week.
Yeah, us.
And us.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that go out there and they don't have the time that it takes to invest into a major event where there's additional monies that are paid out.
Right.
We only have so much time.
Or even the pay-in fees, man. Like a lot of the
very expensive.
Yeah.
$500,000-$600,000 tournament entry fee, right?
Yeah.
In a huge field. So thinking about that and being somebody who fishes a lot of the smaller tournaments myself, I really thought what was missing was a way for your normal angler who works a 9 to 5, who works the week, who has a life outside of fishing, who has a career or a job, to have access to some way to boost their winnings.
Yeah.
Even though you're fishing a smaller club, doesn't mean you don't practice.
Yeah, and you hear about these guys.
Doesn't mean you don't watch YouTube. Doesn't mean you don't go to.
Yeah, you're not a bass head. Doesn't mean you're not a bass head.
You're a bass head, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So even though this, like a South Louisville, who is going to have probably about 15, 20 boats, I would say.
Yeah.
Giving those guys an opportunity to increase their winnings in a year, and Bourbon City Tackle is going to send them a bonus check.
That's right.
And so you pay one time a year.
Yeah, what is it? $200?
$200.
Yeah.
You subscribe to the program. We send you a free T-shirt, which is awesome, by the way.
Nice.
Got those on the way.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. We give you a sticker to put on your boat. And if you fish a South Louisville tournament, a Bluegrass tournament, a USA Bassin tournament, and more, there's a list of tournaments on the thing.
Yeah.
You can turn that investment into sort of a multiplied effect to getting paid more money.
Yeah, and what's better than that? I mean, I always hear about, the guys fishing for the Ranger money.
Yeah, one thing too.
Yeah.
Once you subscribe, you get a 10% off discount code.
Yep.
For the store for the whole year, unlimited.
So for $200, you sign up, you get a 10% discount all year.
All year. So
I mean, hell, that pays for itself in and of itself. You know what I mean? Like,
in the prices, I try to be a little bit better than the other folks that are out there like online.
I've noticed that.
And I try to fulfill the same day. We ship straight. So when you really kind of lay out the cards, the whole purpose of it is giving the common angler, to giving the passionate folks, the bass heads like us, an opportunity to really multiply the return on their wins, because the wins aren't easy no matter what club you're in.
Well, I really hope it takes off for a couple of reasons. Obviously, I want to see you be successful.
By the way, you're going to sign.
I am, yeah. Of course, you got my money, that's without saying. But I really hope it takes off and inspires other companies to do something similar. I haven't seen this done anywhere.
Well, it's a big risk. I mean, quite frankly, if all these tournament series I'm sponsoring, if the right people sign up,
and they win and win and win,
then it's very likely that Bourbon City Tackle and myself are sending checks out in greater amounts than what we pay. But
but that means your name is getting out to some pretty good sticks too.
I hope so. Yeah. Well, I mean, and we're going to cover that no matter what. Yeah. So like going into it, the last thing that we want to do is make a program that we can't support.
Right.
And it's not anybody who signs up worry or whatever that like, are the economics here? It's a risk.
If I win, can I just get $200 in baits? You think I'm kidding?
Yeah, you can get an in-store gift card on yours.
It's a major emphasis on if.
If you win,
the SnagMaster, baby.
The SnagMaster is going to win on a lot of different fronts, but heaviest bag might not be.
Might not be.
I had a great time.
Yeah, heaviest weight on the boat.
Had a great time.
Might be there.
Have a great time.
Heaviest turkey sandwich eaten. Yeah, I might nail that.
Highest amount of money spent on tackle inside the boat.
Got it.
Done.
Bass Pro Light.
Fastest boat driver. Most reckless boat driver.
Yeah, unless I'm fishing against Gregory. Yeah, count me in. Yeah.
But nonetheless, getting a lot of interest from it.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of folks that I fish with that are reaching out, that are excited about it.
Well, and I do want to say for a second, like a huge shout out to all the folks that have shared this, that have like advocated for this for you. Like that's just awesome to see fishermen helping fishermen. So just want to give those folks a quick plug. Like we appreciate that. I know you appreciate that, but same thing with the podcast, share away, and we're so appreciative of the folks that are listening and giving us good feedback. So
yeah, I agree. And we got a lot of great content coming up. We've talked a lot about winter series. We just had a segment with
we
Greg.
haven't even started fishing yet. Like, I mean,
we gave some tips on boat rigging. We talked to Raymer about like sort of the background there and how he got started with fishing.
Yep.
But I'm really excited to start, and I hopefully telling you all how I won.
Yeah, same here.
Probably not the case.
I hope we're telling everybody how you came in second and I won. And got big fish, but we'll see. I also
it'd be like Rose from Titanic. It was 19.
It's been 84 years.
Yeah. That's exactly.
Yeah,
that's how that conversation goes right now. So you're gonna have to step up your game.
It has been a minute since I got a plaque.
Yeah, well, that's your own fault because I remember at one point you're proud of.
I may have beat y'all 1 year.
Karma.
Yeah.
Karma.
So,
but a lot of exciting things to look forward to. We got a lot of great content coming up.
A lot of good guests coming up.
And I would appreciate if you didn't show up like you're going to church every time.
Yeah, I won't. I mean, at least I got a fishing related shirt on. I mean, these are like marlins or swordfish or some shit. But I do want to say, like, I am excited to get back to fishing. And then, for the listeners, I would expect some tournament recaps, talking about some winning, strategies, not sharing the sneaky, of course.
Stay tuned though, because if you're a local angler, if you're a hobbyist who maybe don't fish a lot of tournaments, there's going to be a lot of information, I think, that's going to help you become a better angler shared in the very near future. Because, I mean, as much as possible, as much as Nathan will let me, at least.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to share some juice. We're going to talk about what we see in tournaments, the way we approach strategies. And it doesn't matter if you fish off the bank, if you fish in tournaments, if you fish off a pontoon, whatever level of fisherman you want in a pond.
Yep.
I'm very confident that you're going to learn something as we continue through this fishing season. And I'm pretty excited to share what we can here, at least.
We're going to have to get some bourbon guys on, too. I know we've talked about that because, like...
I'm just going to call him out. Chris Boone.
Yeah, Chris Boone. Come on the podcast, buddy. You're the only guy we know in the industry.
Chris Boone.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this podcast...
Baby, come back.
We are challenging you.
That's right.
Formally, we tried not to mention your name. That's gone.
Come on and show us how to do this tasting. Walk us through the
Kelsey
bourbon process.
Will be so proud.
That's right.
To see you on TV.
That's right.
All right. So, super excited. Thanks, SnagMaster, for swinging by. I know you got a busy week.
Well, the cup's about empty, so I know the podcast is about over.
That's right. That's right. We got to turn it off before you drink too much more of
right.
that. Thanks for joining us this week. Had a great time. Excited for lots of content to come. And please join us. BourbonCityTackle.com. Buy some tackle.
All new inventory.
Yeah. Got a very big selection of accident spinner baits. And we hope you join our rewards program. So see you soon.